Okay, we got to talk about ICE. I could probably talk about this every single day, but there's so much news going on in the world that I don't have time to. But today we are devoting a little bit of time to this, and this is going to be my story for the day. ICE is all over the place. Now, what I want to start off with is this interview that Stephen Miller did a couple days ago on CNN. This is going to be the anchor to my story, and I will be referring to other articles and videos as I go along here. Just to let you know, Stephen Miller is not only weak and pathetic and short and bald and ugly inside and out, but he's also terrible at this. He has absolutely no charisma whatsoever. He needs Donald Trump to help effectuate his fascist movement. This guy is basically the Grima Wormtongue, if I was to use a Lord of the Rings reference to King Theoden, and Donald Trump being the old, decrepit man, and this guy being this slimy, sniveling little weasel that whispers fascism into his ear. So let's just start off with this interview, and we'll go from here.
The largest deportation program in American history. Since Inauguration Day, there's been an orchestrated campaign of terrorism and violence against ICE officers. Of course, we saw the recent sniper attack against ICE officers. They're publishing their families' photos online. They're threatening them with murder. They're threatening them with death. And they're physically attacking them in the street.
I don't know who he's talking about, threatening them with murder and death, when these ICE Gestapo are on the street. And some of them are masked. Most of them are masked. But some of them are not. Some of them are so fat and out of shape, and they're, there's 4 or 5 to take one woman out of a car because they're weak little bitches, but sometimes their mask falls down. And people are filming this with their camera phones, and they call that doxing. I don't know what he's talking about, threatening their families. I mean, personally, all the videos that I've seen is just basically people yelling shame at these people. Nobody is going to go up and threaten an ICE officer or a half a dozen of them armed to the teeth in military flak jackets like they're about to invade fucking Baghdad. So nobody's doing anything except filming them. But according to Stephen Miller, that's doxing, that's threats on their life. So I guess when they talk about the threats on ICE and federal officers' lives, they're going up 4, 5, 6, 1,000%. Is this what he's referring to? People filming them? Because that's some pathetic shit, Stephen.
Each and every day, and yet shamefully, the mayor and governor in Portland and Oregon have refused to render aid, leaving ICE officers to street fight every single night against these terrorists.
He is going to continue to do this. Now, Boris, the interviewer, he is going to keep coming back to Stephen on this whole terrorist thing. And I also wanted to point this out. There's a federal judge that temporarily blocks Trump administration from sending National Guard troops to Oregon. And also, I wanted to show you this as well. Donald Trump is pissed off, mighty pissed off about this judge who temporarily blocked it. And if I'm not mistaken, he says, I wasn't served well by the people that pick judges. So he relies on the federal society to pick judges for him. And they always seem to get approval. It's like the breeding ground for all conservative judges. And this was a judge that Donald Trump picks. And when he says, I wasn't served well, adding that the judge ought to be ashamed of herself. Honey, I hate to break it to you, but she is part of the judiciary branch. She's not there to serve you. She's there to serve the United States, the Constitution, and the law. It's got nothing to do with you. She's not there to do your bidding, you asshat.
I wasn't served well. Obviously, I don't know the judge, but if he made that kind of a decision, Portland is burning to the ground. You have agitators, insurrectionists. All you have to do is look at the
We don't need to hear any more of that nonsense. I mean, besides, you probably can't hear it very well with doing his chopper talk, right next to a fucking helicopter. But Portland is not fucking burning down. He's absolutely lying his ass off. I don't know if maybe his little Grima Wormtongue here is telling him it's burning down, but it's not.
You make the claim of terrorist assaults and violence attack over 100 nights, and yet the judge overseeing this case says that that's untethered from reality. And local officials on the ground say that Trump's assertion of what's happening in Portland, that it's war-ravaged and burning to the ground, is far from true. I looked at the police data, and police have made something like 70 total arrests since June. And there are no reports of buildings being burned to the ground. The White House cited a guillotine being rolled out as like a public display of rebellion, but there isn't actually a threat that these demonstrators are going to overthrow the government. Are you concerned that that response weakens your legal argument?
I mean, I can tell you this right now, that protesting is still legal in America, even though Stephen Miller and Donald Trump want it to be illegal. And that's why they're using their thugs and their ICE Gestapo-like tactics of shooting and roughing up and beating up protesters, hitting them with their cars, doing hit and runs, smashing glass over infant babies, trying to break into a car. Who is the violent one here? I mean, honestly, who is the fucking terrorist, Stephen?
No, they are actually, as we speak, trying to overthrow the core law enforcement function of the federal government. Boris, this is, I think, where we're talking past each other.
He's about to get heated.
When ICE officers have to street battle against Antifa, hand-to-hand combat every night to come and go from their building, when they try to exit in a vehicle, when they are swarmed and surrounded and they try to tip the vehicle over, when people bring weapons to an ICE facility to try to engage in direct violent assault against ICE officers, what is the purpose? It is to prevent Immigration and Customs Enforcement from carrying out the mission the American people elected them to do. Their objective...
It wasn't all of America, honey. 77 million people voted for Donald Trump. 75 million voted for Kamala Harris. You don't have a fucking mandate. And, oh, I'm sorry, is ICE having a hard time doing their Nazi shit? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, are they being surrounded by protesters? Are they being shouted at? Oh, that's just awful. I feel so bad for them. I'm sorry that it's so difficult for you to be a fascist in America.
Is to make it impossible for ICE to carry out ICE enforcement. When in our history have we tolerated unlawful riotous assembly?
When in our history have we been tolerated to have so much terrorism? Oh my God, I sound like I'm from Southern California and I'm a Valley girl, okay?
Night after night around FBI buildings or ATF buildings or DEA buildings. This is the textbook definition of domestic terrorism.
Honey, people surrounding your building and protesting is not terrorism. It's not even close to the definition of terrorism. It's not even the same fucking sport. But you keep using the word. You want to go after everybody that is ostensibly on the left and call them a terrorist or call them Antifa, which, by the way, you're telling on yourself. Antifa is anti-fascist. So if you are against people who are anti-fascist, ipso facto 2 + 2 equals you're a fucking fascist.
Using the actual and imminent threat of violence to keep federal officials from doing their jobs. And unless we send in troops and resources, then we will continue to bleed federal law enforcement resources in these street battles. It's absurd, it's unconstitutional, and must be put down.
You just switch the main character syndrome here, and yeah, I would say all of the shit that you and your thugs are doing is fucking terrorism. You are terrorizing America.
You cited Title 10 a moment ago, and under that statute, you need either a foreign invasion, a domestic rebellion, or a disturbance that inhibits the ability for law enforcement to carry out federal law. But ICE is still conducting operations. Like the facility hasn't been overrun. It seems like local officials are fairly in control of the operation if ICE is still able to execute its mission, is it not?
And he's upset that the police departments or the mayor or the governor are not providing support to help ICE do their fascist shit. I'm sorry, man. You're on your own, especially when you're invading blue cities. This is Donald Trump saying that he wants to do the Insurrection Act.
It's going to be very safe. And you say, why is it that a governor wouldn't accept free help from regardless? I mean, whether it's National Guard or the military or...
Probably because they already have a police force and they can handle it. They have all said, We got this. We don't need your fucking help.
Anybody. I mean, if women raped and beaten and knocked to hell, and the same with men where they're being shot all over the place in large numbers, we have a
This Fox News grandpa is lost the fucking plot.
governor get up and say, oh, it's safe, we can handle it. He can't handle it. He's an incompetent guy. That's why they threw him out of the family business. I don't care if it's the National Guard, the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. I don't care who comes in as long as we're safe. And that's the way most of the public feels. We're going to make Chicago really great again, and we're going to stop this crime. Then we're going to go to another one, and we're going to go city by city. We're going to have safe cities.
The Insurrection Act, under what conditions or terms would you?
Well, I'd do it if it was necessary.
By the way, he is surrounded by nothing but MAGA reporters. So when you hear these reporters ask these questions, almost seeming like they're instigating Donald Trump. So are you going to do the Insurrection Act? Are you? Are you? We're really excited about it. Please tell us you're going to do it. Please, please, please.
So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean,
Back to MAGA Goebbels.
Do you have any idea how much of ICE's workforce and resources have had to be reprioritized? How much of the Joint Terrorism Task Force's resources have had to be reprioritized to fight these domestic terrorists? Do you have any idea how many resources are spent
You keep
trying
calling
to
them
hunt down and
terrorists, but
track
isn't that
every,
hyperbolic to call them terrorists?
What is? If anything, I'm understating the severity of the situation. What issue was more central in 2024 than turning back the border invasion? And since the day we came in,
I'm pretty sure that most people that voted for Donald Trump voted because they felt like their wallet was a little tight and the economy was top of the list. But yeah, there are plenty of conservatives out there who wanted to do mass deportation, but you didn't have a mandate. Donald Trump won 49 point something percent of the population, and Kamala Harris won 48% of the population. So he didn't even get over 50%. You don't have a fucking mandate. This is the most important thing that's going on in America is shutting down the border, and Joe Biden let in 20 million people, and we have absolutely no evidence of that. It's just a number that we're pulling right out of our ass. But here we go, baby. Here we go. Let's see this street violence here. This is a young woman here. She is there on the street, seemingly not much of a threat, in her knee-high Converse tennis shoes, talking to these masked up thugs. And let's see how they treat somebody who is just talking.
You're actually fucking stupid. We're gonna body check it because
Who is talking to you? No. Hey, this is the line.
Look at that guy. This other guy on the right, he just comes over and pulls this guy out of the way like something is about to happen. He just fucking hosed her ass down. She's fucking blind. Look at her. She can't see. He just hosed her down. Yeah, man. It looks like violent street thugs, man. They're having to do battle in the street. Back to Steven.
ICE officers have been subjected to a nonstop campaign of physical violence and harassment every single day. And outside the Portland field office in particular, every night, they come, they assemble, they fight, they try to impede movement, they physically attack. For what purpose?
Well, let's take a look at some of these attacks, shall we? Here is some violence that Stephen Miller is so deathly afraid of.
Anti-ICE protester seen wearing an inflatable frog.
By the way, this frog has got magic powers. He's got telekinesis or something, but they are all backing up, afraid of this dude in an inflatable frog suit.
Suit, who has been popping up all over the internet, has claimed to be harmlessly protesting with humor. But now a new report has revealed the protester under the costume to be a self-described proud Antifa terrorist. Here's everything you need to know.
Oh, God. A proud Antifa terrorist. Hey, I'll tell you something about me. I'm Antifa. I am anti-fascist. I don't have a card. We don't have a group. We don't do get-togethers. We don't have a board of directors or any higher ups. When we see something fascist, we go out and protest it because we are anti-fascist. I also wanted to show you this one. This is the violent Antifa fascist in a frog suit. I don't know if you know this or not, but these guys, they get locked in there, and the reason why that it's inflatable is because they have a constant stream of air coming in to the suit. And there is a little hole in the back for ventilation to draw air in to keep it inflated. And look what ICE does to this guy. They spray right at it. They're trying to get at him as they come back there, and they spray right inside there because, you know, he's so violent and he's got magical powers. They've got to do something to fight back against this voodoo, Antifa voodoo. Obviously, he's got some in him because he was backing them up, doing those classic mascot moves, you know, that classic mascot moves. By the way, that dude right there, he had a second suit. He immediately took that thing. Actually, he said that he didn't really notice anything for about 5 to 10 minutes and then started to notice the tear gas. He went off, he changed suit, got back into another green frog costume, and then went right back to protesting. The dude is a fucking legend. Violent Antifa terrorist. Tell us more about that, Stephen.
Because we had an election, Boris. We had one. What's the purpose? To use actual physical violence to change the result of the election. To say you cannot...
Honey, nobody is trying to change the result of the election. Just because we are protesting what you're doing doesn't mean we're trying to overturn an election. They're all so goddamn butthurt about us calling what they did on January 6th an insurrection. They were actually trying to overturn the election with those fake electors. Navarro, he wrote the fucking book called The Green Bay Sweep, where they got fake electors from all of these red states. They even in emails, they literally called them fake or false electors. So they even knew that they were doing this cheat. But these guys are so butthurt about getting busted for actually trying to overthrow democracy. Now they're calling everything terrorism or insurrection. It's pathetic.
Turn back the border invasion. Do you have any idea how many resources we have had to redesignate to deal with these extreme terrorists?
You explain that. Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question. You make the case that these are terrorists, but in what we've seen thus far, the actual incidents of people inciting violence and not responding to law enforcement attempting to disperse them are not an open rebellion. I mean, again, you make this characterization as though they're terrorists, and I do wonder if it is potentially a problem in the future for Republicans. If a Democratic president someday calls the National Guard to a red state over what they see as open rebellion, but is what amounts to a demonstration that gets rowdy.
Well, oh, by the way, listen to the laugh.
Is that not a fear
they're
of
posting
yours?
pictures of their kid.
He laughs like fucking Dr. Evil. I'm surprised his pinky doesn't come up when he does that fucking silly ass chuckle of his. I hate to break it to old Boris here. I think that's his name, Boris Epstein. What an unfortunate name for you, Boris. But he obviously does not know the Democratic Party. They look forward. They don't look back. They didn't prosecute Dick Cheney or George Bush for war crimes. They didn't do anything about the stock market crash. They, in fact, bailed out the banks. They didn't go after Donald Trump when he tried to overturn democracy after he lost in 2020. So the idea that when the shoe is on the other foot and Republicans are protesting in a red state, the idea that a Democrat, let's say President AOC or President Bernie Sanders or whatever, they would actually send the National Guard or federal troops to go put down a protest, Boris, babe, they would never do that because they believe in democracy. And the first order of democracy is freedom of speech and freedom of assembly.
Because it's a demonstration, and they have a sniper on top of a building.
Well, he keeps going back to that sniper, doesn't he? That's his ballywick. That's the one that he's got. The one that wrote on the bullet with a ballpoint pen, anti-ICE. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, terrorism, man. Sure. Terrorism.
A high caliber rifle at a nice facility because it's a demonstration, and they are engaged in vehicle ramming.
But the National Guard isn't being sent to Texas. The National Guard isn't being sent to Dallas, where that sniper was.
That's valid. That's pretty valid. Many southern, or not just southern, but just red state cities have a higher per capita crime than blue state cities. But yet Donald Trump is not sending them there because Donald Trump has already got their votes. Those people are on his side. And the governor of Texas is his little butt boy who has decided to help gerrymander the fuck out of the state for the president. So of course he's not going to send National Guard or federal troops down there.
Because the Dallas Police Department and the governor of Texas, well, you walked right into that one.
Oh, you walked right into that one. They're on our side. That's why we're not sending troops, because they're our friends. Those blue states, they're not our friends.
Responded to every call for assistance and help. They gave a stand-down order in Chicago, and they gave a stand-down order in Portland. Do you realize that there's 11,000 federal law enforcement officers in Oregon? That's larger than the size of the FBI.
Yeah, that's not really a good brag there, dog. 11,000 federal officers in one place. It sounds like you are sending a fucking army to occupy an American city. I talked about this in a previous story. This is the Chicago building that was descended upon by ICE, where they showed up in Black Hawk helicopters, rappelling down ropes, cutting down chain link fences, and breaking into every single apartment, using battering rams, trashing the fucking place, breaking windows, and arresting everybody, including children, half naked in their PJs. Zip tying them and throwing them in the back of budget rental vans to take away for detention. And by the way, I also mentioned this in a previous story. This woman right here, she does a little investigation. Check this out.
This year, ICE has been raiding entire apartment complexes, claiming that almost every single person who lives in the apartments is Tren de Agua gang members. And the evidence that Kash Patel is presenting for why he thinks that every single person living in an apartment complex is a member of a gang is this. There was graffiti on a door that said, Venezuela. It's giving.
Yeah.
Now, if you think back, you'll remember about the ICE raid on an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. Back then, they raided 3 different apartment complexes, all of them owned by CBZ Real Estate Management. You'll remember that CBZ claimed that Tren de Agua took over the apartment complex and was holding people captive, and they couldn't even go in there and collect rent or do anything else. Well, the city of Aurora ended up reporting that CBZ had left those residents in basic squalor. They had abandoned the apartment complexes. Some people didn't have running water. When the city of Aurora...
So basically, slumlords.
Slumlord responsible, he claimed that he was being singled out for his Jewish faith. A judge said that no one was singling you out for your Jewish faith and holding you accountable. You were being held accountable because you were basically being a slumlord. Meanwhile, back at the apartment complex, nonprofits came together to help all of those residents who had been raided move into safer homes. And all of the CBZ properties were sold to a mysterious investor. A lot of people think it was BlackRock. And that guy ran off to Turks and Caicos, where he's trying to now open a $200 million resort with his brother. And a lot of people have also speculated that the ICE raids were a way to rid these buildings of their residents so that they could be remodeled and resold as luxury apartments. Last night in Chicago, the rundown apartments at 7500 South Shore Drive were raided because, again, ICE was claiming that Tren de Agua was occupying the building. They detained over 100 people, including U.S. citizens and military veterans, and zip-tied children together and had them sit in a U-Haul while they waited to sort out who their parents were. And once again, 7500 South Shore Chicago was owned by a company called Trinity Flood. They were bought out by K-Star Real Estate, which is the subsidiary of KKR. KKR, which has close ties to the Trump administration and is buying up a ton of properties as tariffs are affecting the volatility of the real estate market. KKR, which also did a deal with Jared Kushner in Serbia. So, what's really going on with these apartment complex raids? Are they trying to rid America of gang members, or are they trying to flip formerly low-income housing into new luxury rentals? And who benefits from that?
I'm thinking it's the second one. That's what I'm thinking. Don't you? Let's go back to Stephen, shall we?
Try to be even-handed here, but think about this for a second. Joe Biden let 15, 20 million illegal aliens into the country. Pick your number. It doesn't matter for the...
Pick your number. It doesn't matter. 15 to 20 million people. Horse fucking shit. Joe Biden deported more people than Donald Trump did in his first term. And neither one of them have ever topped the deporter-in-chief, Barack Obama. But y'all didn't give him any credit or praise for that, even though he did exactly the shit that you wanted him to do.
Purpose of this. What do you think would have happened if anti-migration demonstrators had assembled outside of every Border Patrol and ICE facility for year after year, physically attacking every ICE officer and border agent who was releasing illegal aliens, physically attacking the immigration lawyers representing illegal aliens, physically attacking the personnel at DHS, setting migrants free by the millions into our...
Let's take a look at some physical attacks here, shall we? Here's one in D.C., half a dozen dudes looking like fucking SWAT. Oh gosh. Did that ICE agent hurt his head? Oh God, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. How bad for you. I guess you shouldn't have taken this fascist job.
No. Hey, pull Chris off. Pull Chris off.
Well, make sure you take your violence out on the guy though. Because it's... Oh, look. Oh.
Stop! Get out of our city. Choke yourself out.
That's right. Get out of our city. Oh, they're very concerned about their buddy, though.
What agency are you guys with?
Who are you guys? Oh, are you guys the cops? Shut the up. Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, they don't like to be questioned.
Well, you guys are ruining this country. You know that, right? Liberals already ruined it. Oh.
You guys are ruining this country with your fascism. Nope. Liberals already ruined it. More. We got protests. It's still legal to protest in America. And you tell me who started this shit. This guy is right here on his fucking knees, man. Just coming out there. They're impeding our vehicles. You think you got enough guys? And then they just drag his ass back into the facility like kidnappers. Just straight up Gestapo. Who's being violent? Who are the evil, violent thugs here? I wanted to show you this one too. This guy here, he's talking about a particular ICE agent that's doing horrible shit.
This man is an ICE agent operating in Chicago. They pulled over a vehicle and then racially profiled the vehicle, which according...
Let's just take a look at that guy, man. What are you trying to prove? That you're a teenage mutant ninja turtle bad guy? You're not some rock star, man. You're a fascist.
The Supreme Court is now perfectly legal, despite, I don't know, it being contrary to the Constitution and every American value ever held dear in our entire system of governance. But we'll let that slide. That's settled law. But guess what? Guess what the problem is with this gentleman? It is not the horrible racism, the inappropriate behavior during the stop. You should go watch the video. It's actually horrific to watch the way this man behaves like a petulant child, little bitch, pussy. It's the swastika tattoo that really gets me. It's the...
Yeah, that's nice. You think he was at January 6th? Maybe he's one of those 3%ers, a Proud Boy. Swastika. Great. That's awesome. I'm so glad he found work.
fact that it is now known that this man is walking around with an ICE badge and a swastika on his chest, bearing it out, not even trying to cover it up. And it's the fact that not a single media outlet is reporting it. It is the fact that he's not fired. This man still works for ICE. It is the fact that people are not rising up in great numbers, angry that actual Nazis are scooping brown people up off the street wearing masks, and they answer to nobody but the president. A petulant child may...
Yeah, well, they also answer to this guy here.
Country, what do you think would have happened? You think that the response would have been measured? You think it would have been light? They would have had the military in every single facility protecting these federal officers. We shouldn't have to take all of the FBI, DEA, and ATF agents out of their desks, off their jobs, not prosecuting and...
Honey, you want to do that. That's what that NSPM7 thing is. You want to bring all of these under one umbrella group. ATF, DEA, FBI, anybody who can legally carry a gun on American soil. You're having a hard time with the National Guard because they are not allowed to carry weapons, at least not at this point, not unless Donald Trump enacts the Insurrection Act, then it'll be a different story. But right now, the only people that can carry guns are these groups. And you're acting like it's some imposition. Honey, you want this.
Pursuing cases of urgent national security because the Portland police won't respond, the Chicago police won't respond. The numbers that we need can only come from the National Guard.
By the way, they gassed some Chicago PD. They were over in the corner looking pretty pissed off that they got hosed down with tear gas. They were over there wiping their eyes and coughing their heads off. And one of the protesters that was there was like, why are you protecting them? They're going after you too.
Officers should not have to live in constant fear of death. You say that I'm not using the right term. What would you describe? An organized campaign of violence, fear, intimidation, and doxing, including attacks by sniper, attacks by vehicle ramming. What would you call that?
Wait a minute, hold on. Vehicle ramming. My U.S. citizen sister gets dragged out of a car with guns drawn after Chicago ICE crashes into her. They already had somebody, a detainee, in their unmarked vehicle. And they were speeding off to detention, and they end up hitting this woman. My sister is fresh out of surgery, cleared for work only a month ago. These people held her in detention for hours after they brutally dragged her out of the car at gunpoint. Who is doing the crashing into cars? The silver truck is the ICE vehicle.
Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Hit and run!
Look at this guy. Immediately.
Hey, watch out with that weapon! That weapon!
Gun is pulled already.
Out. What's wrong with you?
Looking like they're about to invade fucking Fallujah. He's got his gun drawn. He's got his mask up. He made sure he pulled his mask up before he got out of the car.
You hit it! You hit her! Yo! What's wrong?
You hit her.
You hit her! You guys hit her! You guys hit her! What's
American
wrong with
citizen. American citizen.
Y'all bust a whole U-turn in the middle of the street! Y'all hit her!
Oh, he's a tough one right there. Look at him. He's on guard. Man, we need new fucking Nuremberg trials.
Leave her alone! She ain't even do shit. She trying to go to work. She's trying to go to work.
What the fuck?
Bro, what? Y'all some crazy. Y'all got no heart, for real. No heart.
That is a
no
woman.
Heart.
That's a woman.
She's a female.
Get off of her right now.
You guys hit her. How you guys gonna arrest her?
She lost her fucking shoe, drug her out by
You
her
guys
foot.
hit her.
Look at that.
Man, how y'all gonna arrest her, man?
They hit her.
Y'all bogus as fuck.
Real brave shit right there, man. Real brave shit. Tell me more, Steven.
Whose sole aim and objective is to disable the functions of an entire federal law enforcement agency, if not domestic terrorism. What other term would apply?
Do you have evidence that this campaign is...
I agree, Steven. That's fucking domestic terrorism.
...coordinated? Are you planning charges on anyone who is actually coordinating said campaign?
Yes. So since the Joint Terrorism Task Force has gotten involved, we found that there are common funding, that there is common financing, that there are meeting points, that is
what you're
carefully
describing as
orchestrated,
actual terrorism.
As if George Soros is funding 50-year-old wine moms out there protesting, holding up signs. Yeah, man, George Soros paid for the No Kings protest, and all of the people out there got checks. Sure, man.
Integrated? Yes.
And you are going to charge someone with terrorism?
Well, so I would like to.
Oh, I bet you
would.
would.
But that doesn't mean you're going to, are you?
No. What I'm saying to you is,
Congress
has statutes on seditious conspiracy.
I mean, the lies are manifesting in this weird-ass twitchy body language. He is muscling out this stuff. He's having a difficult time trying to stay calm.
Direction on impeding federal law enforcement. The domestic terrorism statute in Congress obviously needs to be strengthened for domestic terrorism in Congress. We have foreign terrorism charges. We have an entire patchwork of federal laws. To the extent that there are charges that apply, we will charge them in every single case. You have impeding law enforcement, you have seditious conspiracy, you have a conspiracy to deprive of rights, you have assault against law enforcement officers. But
none of that is terrorism, honey. Those are all punishable by law as domestic crimes. It's not fucking domestic terrorism, just no matter how badly you want to call it that.
All of this meets the hallmark, textbook definitions of domestic terrorism.
No, it doesn't.
I just want you, just for a moment, to step back and think about what we're talking about here.
Fascism?
President Trump ran and won a campaign on turning back the border invasion.
You've said that several times, Stephen. We have a limited amount of time, so let me ask you. Let me ask you about the governor of Illinois.
Let me ask you about the governor of Illinois. He declared a no-go zone for ICE. How is that not insurrection?
Stephen, we're set to hear from.
Boy, terrorism or insurrection? Terrorism or insurrection? He was talking about the no-go zones. It seems like they are happy to go wherever they want to. No-go zones, my ass. This is a Chicago neighborhood. ICE acting like complete idiots and assholes.
Get out of here!
These are neighborhood citizens. They live here. And they're telling these guys to get the fuck out. And what do?
Get out of here now! Get the fuck out of here! Get out! Get the fuck out!
Take the mask off!
Uh-oh. Tear gas. Here we go.
Fucking cowards! Fuck you!
They are fucking cowards. Here's another one for you. In Chicago, 4 vehicles descend and 8 ICE agents moved in to kidnap a child. She screams, "I am 15," as ICE yanks her from a car and kneels on her neck. This is not about immigration enforcement. This is about terrorizing Americans. You think you got enough guys? Got the nice assist from the cop back there. She's 15. Yeah, just put that boot on her neck, man. Got their guns drawn. They yanked the driver out, too. Look at this fascism, man. Look at this shit. Here's another one for you.
So a 15-year-old boy, autistic, who was believed to be missing, has actually been in ICE custody for several days. Fox 26.
A teenage child with autism was kidnapped by fucking ICE.
This is Jillian Hartman is live in Spring Branch, where the boy was last seen almost a week ago. And you just got an update from the family the past 30 minutes. What did they have to tell you, Jillian?
Yes, we learned that the boy is in ICE custody at one of the detention centers here in Houston. The mom says that he is safe and okay. Now, the boy was here at this intersection in Spring Branch with his mom and sister selling fruit when he disappeared. And here.
Fuck, man. They're selling fruit, man. Real hardened criminals out there selling fucking oranges.
Here's the information we just learned in the last 30 minutes. Take a look at this. So the boy has autism and is sometimes nonverbal, and he disappeared last Saturday. He's 15 years old, but his social worker says he has the mindset of a 4 to 5 year old. So they were very worried about his safety.
All of this shit is just fucking tragic, man. It is just fucking tragic. Here's another interesting one. You got 4 or 5 guys there taking down one dude, and when the guy filming it says that they're on film, they immediately adjust like, oh my God. We're not doing anything, and they pull their masks up.
What the fuck? You guys are on film!
Oh, we're not doing anything. Check that mask, man. There you go, buddy. Hide that face of yours, you fucking coward. Here's another one for you. This woman right here is a news reporter. WGN-TV video editor and producer Debbie Brockman was roughly detained by 2 Border Patrol agents. We don't know why. Highly visible rush hour enforcement action in Chicago's Lincoln Square neighborhood this morning.
What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning? Brockman, WGN. Do you guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face? What's your...
Fucking cowards. This kid, I don't want to call him a kid. He is a grown man. He's got a child. He's got a couple of children. And he's American. And this is what happens to him.
They put me on suicide watch, and they put me in this cell. I'm naked in like a hospital dress and just a concrete bed with like a mattress, like a thin mattress, and they leave the light on 24/7. There's a glass door. An officer's just always standing, like sitting out there. The psychiatric nurse comes and checks on me once a day. And so from Friday morning to Sunday afternoon when I'm released, I'm literally in that cell, naked, just in that room.
What the fuck?
With the light on 24/7.
How is this real? Like, this is a nightmare. I mean, like, my blood is boiling right now. And I knew that it was bad. I didn't realize how bad it was. That's fucking insane. Like, that's something from like a TV show. Like you're in Guantanamo or something.
No, it's more like it's like 1984. That's what it's more like.
Okay. How is that possible that happened?
I'm literally wondering the same thing. I was just the entire time I was in there, I was just hoping like I would just want to see my kids again. Like literally that's the only thing that matters. Like I literally just want to see my kids. Like just that whole like time, that was the only thing on my mind. Just
how old are your kids?
My daughter had just turned 3, and her birthday party was that Saturday.
So he was arrested and detained and held as an American citizen while his daughter's having a birthday.
That I was in there.
And did your family know where you were? Like,
all they knew was that I was arrested by ICE, and that was it. They didn't know where they took me. They didn't know where I was. They called all these agencies, the sheriff's office in Ventura, Camarillo, like Oxnard. They called the jail, and they gave them nothing. They never said where I was. They just said that they don't associate with anyone, and that was it.
I mean, what do you say to this shit? Stephen Miller would probably tell you that Americans are really happy about this. They think this is a great thing.
Maybe Pritzker in just moments. He says that you're attempting to inflame tensions and create a war zone. He also says that you are profiling, that you're targeting black and brown people, even those who turn out to be here legally.
By the way, the Supreme Court made that legal. It worked its way through the judicial branch, and every judge kept saying that you are racially profiling, arresting people for their accent or their skin tone. They kept saying, Donald Trump, you cannot do this. Stephen Miller, you cannot do this. And then it worked its way up to the Supreme Court, and they're like, you know what? I beg to differ. Yes, he can.
What's your response?
Well, first of all, the black people in Chicago are thrilled that we're getting the illegal aliens out of their communities who are stealing their housing, jobs, and resources. You've seen the...
Okay, so let's take a look, see. So black people are really happy about this, right? Is that what you're telling me? Here's a black woman that was arrested by ICE.
And everything. And me personally, I don't appreciate that at all. It was several of us that got detained for some hours. I'm not the only one. And we asked them what was going on, and they didn't answer us.
Lawmakers are vowing to unite the city against any and all immigration enforcement as the temperature throughout Chicagoland continues to rise.
It seems like, black people in Chicago are really, really happy about this. She seemed thrilled.
Video of the town halls during the Biden administration where black citizens who are natives of Chicago were begging to have the illegals taken out of their country. What they've done is
maybe they didn't think that they were going to get arrested too, and asked if they had any warrants and thrown into detention. No due process, just arrested.
Created a system of law in Chicago, in Illinois, where illegal aliens have far more rights than American citizens. If an American citizen, for example, commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, they'll cooperate with the FBI. If an illegal alien commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, that illegal alien will be shielded in an ICE no-go zone. I ask you the question.
Go fuck yourself with this ICE no-go zone. ICE is in Chicago. ICE is in Portland. ICE is here in New York City. No-go zone? What the fuck are you talking about?
What is the right term to describe a local official declaring a no-go zone for ICE? Would you tolerate it for FBI, ATF, DEA?
He is mad and butthurt because J.B. Pritzker said that, no, man, we're not going to help you do this shit. If you're going to do this shit, you're going to do it on your own without our help and without our support.
No, you would not. But there is an effort to delegitimize the core function of the federal government of enforcing our immigration laws and our sovereignty. It is domestic terrorism, it is insurrection,
No,
and
it's
no
not.
amount of insane, hyperventilating lies from
Who is hyperventilating right now? Does Boris look like he's hyperventilating? Do I look like I'm hyperventilating? Look at this totally calm guy right here going, all of you are doing things that are really making me very angry. And you don't want to see me when I get angry. I don't turn into the Hulk. I turn into a little valley girl.
or Johnson or any other Democratic official will change our minds on that. ICE officers should not have to live in fear and violence to do their jobs.
Oh, fear and violence. A 13-year-old boy was arrested by ICE in Everett and sent to a juvenile detention facility in Virginia. He's from fucking Massachusetts. They sent a 13-year-old, they kidnapped a 13-year-old and took him across state lines. 13-year-old kid. But, you know, ICE is in fear for their life.
Period.
So on the substance of the question, is it the case that, as Pritzker frames it, you are profiling brown people? That this immigration crackdown is designed to go after people of color?
Oh, there he is. $1 billion.
It's such a, oh, what a dumb question. The illegal...
Oh, a dumb question. You asked me a question that I don't want to answer. What a dumb question. You're so dumb. Are you going to answer it? No, I'm going to laugh and stall. You're dumb.
Aliens who are here are taking jobs away from blacks. They're taking jobs away from whites. They're taking jobs away from Latinos. They're taking their health benefits away. They're taking their school slots away. And of course,
all of this is horseshit. Who is taking the housing? Is it immigrants or is it BlackRock? Who is hiring these people? Are they just going in and stealing jobs? Are they getting hired by an employer? You are looking in the wrong place. The villains are not immigrants and trans people. They're the billionaire class. They're the owner class. They're the ones that go to Mar-a-Lago and hang out with Donald Trump. They're the ones that are getting approved for great, big, huge media mergers. Those are the bad guys, not immigrants.
in many cases, they're committing heinous crimes. We cannot have a system of law in this country that privileges illegal aliens over American citizens, and that's what they're doing.
This guy is a consummate fucking bully. Now, of course, he is not big enough. He's fucking victim weight, 145 pounds, 5'7", little bald-headed bitch. So when he was in high school, he didn't actually bully like big people that could actually kick his ass. But anybody that he felt was smaller or lesser or more vulnerable, he went after them. He is the textbook definition of a bully. I don't know if you heard the story about him and his friend, where he went up to his friend before he went to high school, and he said that he couldn't be his friend anymore because he was brown. But he didn't just say that. He didn't just say because you were Latino. He criticized him for being short. He told him he had bad skin, and the guy remarked, he's like, yeah, I had bad skin when I was a teenager. And he knew exactly what buttons to push because I felt bad about being short. I felt bad about having bad skin. And he pointed those out. And then he said, and I can't be your friend anymore because you're dumb and you're Latin or you're Spanish. And, you know, we speak English here in America. And that kid was his friend for quite a while until Stephen broke up with him because of racism.
You know it, and I know it.
So that's not exactly a no, Stephen. Can you just unequivocally
I just
state
said, well,
that the immigration
I said it's a dumb
policy...
question. Okay.
Well,
I just said
no,
it was a
and
dumb
it's
question.
So no, this
I just
policy-
thought no was implied when I said your question is so dumb. I meant no, okay? Boris is not stupid. Boris is actually kind of hot. Stephen, you look like a cross between Dracula and Renfield.
is not
I
designed
thought when I
to-
said it was a
to-
dumb question, it meant no.
Well, I just want to be clear and precise. I appreciate you trying to qualify my questions, but nevertheless,
No.
I think it's a fair one that a lot of people have.
My full answer is no, that is a lie, and it's a dumb question. But you said something else, speaking to the premise of one of your questions. You said, well, aren't we provoking? Illinois governor says we're provoking actions that are unlawful. Why would the mere presence, just think about this for a second, if I put federal law enforcement and National Guard into a nice sleepy southern town, is anyone going to riot? Is anyone going to try to...
Two things. One, honey, if you sent the military to a red state, I think that they would probably have a problem with that too. And also, he said, if I send those people, as if you were the president. I told you he was Grima Wormtongue, didn't I? He is not the president. I doubt that Donald Trump is probably going to get this deep into this CNN interview, but maybe he'll hear about it. Stephen, you're getting a little bit too big for your tiny little britches. What is this stuff if I send federal troops to your town? Let's hear that again. I just want to make sure he said that.
Just think about this for a second. If I put federal law enforcement and...
He did say if I put federal law enforcement. So he is in charge. He's running this show. Donald Trump is playing golf and, nursing his cankles and his bruised hand. This guy is running the show. And yes, when you send violence to a town, violence is going to be the response. Dumbass. I'm kind of done with listening to Stephen Miller, but I also wanted to show you some of the other people in the conservative space, the ones who are ruling over us. Benny Johnson, closeted gay man, has now become the go-to podcaster and on-the-scene reporter for this fascist movement. And now he is out there talking about how the violence is all on the left.
Violence has been mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. It is not extremist, it is mainstream. And we need a moment of reckoning here. This has to stop. This cycle must end.
I agree. It has to be stopped. This violence must end. We need new Nuremberg trials. And by the way, who's violent? This is an AI picture that Benny Johnson posted of him as Batman with his weird little comb over and glasses beating up an Asian woman. He thinks he's the Dark Knight. Who is promoting violence? Is it us that mainstreamed it? Or is it you, Benny? Or is it you, Stephen Miller, calling everybody a terrorist while you crib speeches from Goebbels, sounding like you're part of the Third fucking Reich? When shooters turn out to be MAGA and anti-LGBTQ, the right suddenly loses its appetite for the conspiracy theory. Remember the guy that crashed his car into a Mormon church a couple weeks ago that burned the place to the ground? And Donald Trump and the right-wingers immediately said, oh my God, the left, they're attacking Christianity. And it turns out that that guy was a big old MAGA supporter, wore MAGA t-shirts and shit like that. And immediately they stopped talking about that because they don't care. They just want something that fits their narrative. And if it doesn't fit that square peg into a round hole, they will try to squeeze it in there by writing anti-ICE on some bullets or saying that the assassin for Charlie Kirk was trans. Well, wait, no, the bullets were trans. Oh, wait, no, the roommate's trans. It's trans ideology. It's trans Tifa. Get the fuck out of here, man. Now, I've been showing you a lot of stuff that is really sad, so I'm going to show you some stuff that make you feel a little bit better. This is the National Guard reporting for duty outside of Chicago, and everybody had a field day with this picture. They called them Meal Team 6 reporting for duty, which is pretty good. I've heard other people call them the Gravy Seals. Look, I'm not here to fat shame. And honestly, I don't know how these people feel. I mean, this guy right here is a brown man, and they're here to help ICE arrest other brown people. So I don't know how they feel about this stuff. Also, I wanted to show you this. Kristi Noem posted this. She is very upset about it. So she posted it thinking this was some kind of win. My team and I were just blocked from accessing the Village of Broadview Municipal Building in Illinois. We were stopped for a quick bathroom break. Oh, I'm sorry. You holding your water? All you ICE boys out there, you know, with crossed legs, is it really difficult to find a place to pee? Oh, I'm so sorry. This is a public building. Yeah, but why would we let you in? How do we know you're not going to come in here, piss, and then arrest half the people in the building just because you feel like it? You're brown. You're going down. The Village of Broadview receives at least $1 million in federal funding every year. This is how J.B. Pritzker, and I'm sorry, I got to give her the Midwest. This is how J.B. Pritzker and his cronies treat our law enforcement. Absolutely shameful. And of course, she's got her little buddy, Benny Johnson, fag hag, Benny Johnson, out here filming this stuff because he has become the on-scene reporter for the Nazis here in America. Isn't it lovely? Let's have a listen.
Can we use the restroom? No, you cannot. We can't?
Okay, all right, thank you. Interesting. That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation and keeping people safe.
Aw, he's not cooperating with you? Aw, it's so sad. I'm so sad. Girl, you holding a dookie? I mean, her gate is pretty wide. Come on, Benny, go up there and get
So why wouldn't they let you in? What's been going on here? What's been going on here, Secretary?
We were coming to go out and do some operations to pick up some guys.
But we got to go wee-wee first, and we were going to go arrest some brown people, and they wouldn't let us come in and use the bathroom. I don't think that that's very nice at all. Not very polite now, is it?
With criminal convictions on them, and the city police wouldn't even let us use a restroom.
Aw.
And you were just blocked by a worker here from the city?
A worker at the municipal building here in Broadmoor would not allow us to go in and to use a restroom at the police station. So as much as these local leaders and governors talk about cooperating and having the backs of our law enforcement officers,
Honey, they have their own law enforcement. Cooperating to J.B. Pritzker is like, we're not going to block you from doing your fascism because that's illegal, but we're certainly not going to aid you in it.
we have to put up with every single day. And all we're doing is getting criminals as terrorists and cartels and gang members.
Yeah, I just showed you a shitload of videos of all criminals. That woman getting yanked out of her car, that reporter getting arrested. Here, I'll show you one that'll make you feel a little bit better. There's a guy in Chicago getting arrested by ICE. And this is what I was talking about. When enough people show up and there's not enough of these Nazi losers, they get a little nervous in the service. And they decide to make a different choice.
Appears to show federal agents in a confrontation on Chicago's southwest side. It's unclear why the man in that video was stopped or why he was eventually released.
CBS News Chicago's Marissa Perlman is live in West Lawn, where neighbors are demanding.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they were surrounded and they felt a little fear. Which, I'm sorry that you were feeling scared. Because you're doing a fascist thing and people were like yelling at you and stuff. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very unusual. You know, pulled out my phone and, you know, decided, I said, yeah, I gotta record and put this out there.
Sam Hassan walked out of his auto body shop and into this scuffle. His video shows two men, one in tactical gear, wrestling a man to the pavement right in the middle of the street. Within seconds, the scene grows louder, neighbors rushing out, yelling for the agents to stop.
The whole neighborhood came out to support this guy or to stop, you know, what was going on.
It's called community, ladies and gentlemen. It's called community.
At one point, the man appears to be on all fours, and an agent
What are you
winds up on
doing?
his
Riding him like fucking Seabiscuit? What is this nonsense? We need backup. We need support. Oh my God. The villagers, they're coming after us. Bring in the big guns. Somebody send in a Black Hawk helicopter. We're scared.
He appears to grab one of the agent's radios and throws it. An agent tries to zip tie his hands, but he tosses those away too.
Everything happened so
Legend.
quick. And, he looked very scared.
Moments later, the agents stop pinning the man to the ground and drive off.
A lot of people were yelling, let him go, or hey, stop, don't touch it.
He struggled too hard. It's like a fisherman going, oh my God, I got one. Oh wait, he's way too big. Cut the line. We got to get out of here. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Hopefully it made you feel a little bit better watching that. If you get enough of your community together, you can stop this stuff. So in this picture right here, we have a closeted gay man acting all butch and tough in his little black shirt. And Corey Lewandowski, if you remember him, I think he roughed up a reporter in Donald Trump's first term as he was running for president. Anyway, they're really mad. They're mad at Big Bunny because Big Bunny is playing the Super Bowl and he's gay. He's Spanish. He won't speak English, even though we know he can. And we're going to send ICE to arrest any brown person that shows up to the Super Bowl. Keep in mind that a Super Bowl ticket is probably like $5,000 per seat. So I'm guessing that no working person that is selling oranges on the side of the road or working in a shirt making manufacturing facility or somebody doing day labor at Home Depot is going to be able to afford a $5,000 Super Bowl ticket. Good luck arresting anybody that's poor. If you can afford a Super Bowl ticket, you can afford a lawyer. And these people are not going to fuck with you because you actually have enough money to throw their asses in jail. So they're not going to do that. The only reason why they go after the most vulnerable is because they are the most vulnerable and they can get away with it. Anyway, let's hear these two tough guys. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Corey Lewandowski is, he's friends with benefits with Kristi Noem. They've been fucking for a long time. It's pretty open secret. So we got one adulterer here and one closeted gay man being really angry about Bad Bunny performing the Super Bowl. Just want to give you a little context.
There is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you. We will apprehend you. We will put you in a detention facility and we will deport you. So know that that is a very real situation under this administration.
Tough guys.
Which is completely contrary to how it used to be.
They're so angry. They're just so angry. They're angry because Bad Bunny is famous and people like him and nobody likes you. Kristi Noem says that she says ICE will be all over that Super Bowl blast NFL over Bad Bunny performance at the halftime show. And this is what she had to say, of course, being filmed by her friend and little fag hag, Benny Johnson. God, man, honey, cosplaying again. Every time you see her, she's in a new I got a new costume today and I got my hair and my makeup done. I look fantastic, don't I? And let me tell you what we're going to do about all of those brown people that come to the Super Bowl. We're going to get them. And you know what? We're going to win because we're winners and they're losers. Okay?
So yeah, we'll be all over that place. And we're going to enforce the law. So I think people should not be coming to the Super Bowl unless they're law-abiding Americans who love this country.
And your message to the NFL with this decision? It seems like they were trying to send a message to the Trump administration?
No.
Well, they suck and we'll win and God will bless us and we'll stand and be proud of ourselves at the end of the day and they won't be able to sleep at night because they don't know what they believe and they're so weak. Well, we'll fix it.
So they're weak and we're going to fix it. They suck and we're going to win. And my hair's pretty. And I got great beat on my face. You sound like a fucking mean girl. For God's sakes, man. I've never seen anybody with so much anger and vitriol pouring out of them. Honey, I don't care how pretty your hair is. You are a vicious bitch. I mean, my God. We're going to win and they suck. This is the Department of Homeland Security Secretary. They suck? Really? Oh my God, man. It is mind-boggling to me that somebody as sad and pathetic as that is heading up the Department of Homeland Security. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh, also, this is outside the Portland facility. There's just another one to just build your spirits, because these protesters, they might be having violence put upon them, but they are taking it in stride. And they are doing something that I had not thought of, but they're taking the example from the magic voodoo frog that has kinetic energy over ice people and, backed them up. And now everybody is starting to show up in these inflatable suits because it does two things. One, it protects them considerably from those pepper ball pellets and rubber bullets and from tear gas. And you notice they're all wearing masks and ventilators and shit like that because they know the chemicals that they're spraying on these people. But the other thing that it does is it shows how ridiculous this is. You guys look like you're about to invade somewhere in the Middle East, and these people look like college mascots. They have no arms. I mean, literally, some of them don't even have actual arms. They're in just big inflated suits, but they're not armed, and they obviously don't look dangerous. So I just want you to take a look at this. Got Super Frog. Love Super Frog. Look at the juxtaposition between these two. Y'all look so ridiculous. Not them, the fascists. Look at it, we got this, check this guy. He's got a little skeleton cowl or something. What these ICE people don't know is that these people keep their Halloween suits. And they're just like, we're just going to show up in the Halloween suit, man. They probably have a closet full of Halloween costumes. Oh, got a panda. Got one of those little wavy guys. You see the wavy guys outside of the used car lots. Have a mushroom and a shark. I love that. Oh my God. I love this little guy. He's like a Muppet. I've seen him. And when they get really scared, they take their upper lip and they pull it up over their head. I love those little Muppets. They're great. A banana in the background. Yep, there he is. Is that Stitch from Lilo and Stitch? Look at this. Look at this juxtaposition here. These people are holding signs, obviously paid for by George Soros. And these guys are up on the roof like it's a battlement, shooting at these people or waiting to be invaded by all the inflatable high school mascots. Power derives from the governed. Exercise your power. That's us.
Yes, we're in costumes to show just how ridiculous that is. It's not a war zone. The only time it's a war zone is when they come down.
Nope, it's on fire. I've seen the Muppets. They're on fire. I saw a shark, and it looked really dangerous. You know how I feel about sharks. I'll take electricity every time if I get thrown in the water and I see a shark. I gotta take the electricity. I'd much rather be electrocuted by the late great Hannibal Lecter than I would by getting eaten by one of these sharks. And they're all over Portland. They're land sharks, folks.
Abuse us protesters out here fighting for our community. As you just witnessed, they come down, they shoot pepper balls, they grab people.
There's a chicken suit. Oh, there's the shark. Oh my God. Donald Trump is shaking in his boots. I don't know which one I would be more scared of. The Geico gecko, the chicken, or the shark. I'm with Donald Trump on that one. The shark, he's much scarier. Portland is on fire. Oh my God. Is that the New Jersey Flyer guy? Oh, what do they call him? Grimy, gritty, greasy.
Let ICE do their job. Wait.
Is that a Pokemon? Man, it looks dangerous. They got a whole 50 people out there. And every once in a while, one of them will stop Just run outside, grab the guy in the banana. Oh my God, man, terrorism. Yep, it's a Pokemon. You gotta catch them all, especially if you're a Nazi.
It's just a Saturday night in Portland, am I right? I'm here tonight because this is literally actually bananas. Like, that we have these guys in full military uniforms, costumes basically, coming out because the President of the United States, the highest office that we used to all have respect for, is saying that this is a war-torn, blown-out buildings.
I'm telling you, it's the shark, man. Oh my God. They're in love under the sea. Not SpongeBob, man. Not SpongeBob. I can't believe he joined this terrorist fight. Anyway. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, all of this is disturbing. It's disgusting. It pisses me off to no end. But at least you know that there is some community out there who's willing to fight back. And not everybody is a fascist. Not everybody is a terrorist. Not everybody is like you, Stephen. And certainly not like you, Donald Trump. You guys are the biggest losers. You're butthurt all the time, no matter if you win. You win and you're still angry. You win and you're still the victim. You have all of the power, and yet you feel so put upon, and you constantly whine and piss and moan about your lot in life, even though you are running the show. You are in control of everything. But it's Antifa. It's terrorism. It's violent insurrection. Sure, man. I would love to have an inflatable mascot insurrection. That would be the most funny, entertaining insurrection of all time. Portland is burning down my ass. Y'all are a bunch of weak bitches. And when America has finally had enough, and I think we're getting there. I mean, pretty soon when insurance goes up and the groceries get just too expensive for everybody to buy, and rent is out of control, and when those moderate Republicans start losing faith, I think that they already are, but when they have had enough of this shit and they join us, you're going to actually see the power of the people. Not in a violent way, but in a mass numbers kind of way. And you're going to be just like those cops on that Chicago street going, oh my God, this is hard. I don't know if we can do this. Why don't we just leave this one and run away? Ultimately, we outnumber them. There are more of us than there are of them. There are more people who give a shit about freedom and civil liberties than there are fascists. They had to hire everybody from January 6th. They had to hire up all the militia Proud Boys and the 3%ers to fill their slots. You're offering them $50,000 bonuses and what have you, and I'm sure that you hired plenty of disaffected people to do that for you. You certainly seem to have enough guys, but you don't have as many as us. There are more of us than there are of you. And eventually, we will win because you suck. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.